Welcome to Talking with Terry TV. And on today's episode, we're talking about being a powerful boss babe and shining your light without dimming somebody else's. Now, I know in my experience, I have been around, and I'm going to try to say this without being too spicy here, but being around really dynamic, powerful, entrepreneurs, business owners. And there's this almost like this mentality is that I got to look out for myself. I can't help anyone else. And if I give you a lead, then that's going to take away from me. And it comes from this, and it stems from this place of scarcity, right? And then we find ourselves, connecting with these women that are not in the place of abundance, and they're not in the place of, Andrew Yancey from eWomen Network says, lift as you climb, right? And so it's been an interesting journey, and I have really been very intentional with changing that for myself. And what's been interesting in this little experiment that I've been doing in the last, few years is that the folks that I was attracting that were that way are just kind of schlepping off, right? And now I'm creating these really powerful collaborations and these really dynamic conversations around women wanting and truly being inspired to help one another in a collaborative way. And so it's really juicy. And so I want to share, what shifted for me and how you can shift it too, if that's your experience. So I think in the beginning, I had this belief that women are this way. And so I kept saying that this is it, right? And that's the evidence that kept showing up for me. Those are the experiences that kept happening, right? And so it wasn't until I shifted that says, you know what? That's low vibration. That doesn't serve me. And it's like, nope, I'm gonna go seek out the high vibration individuals and change the story as I do. And I remember I've been asking questions in interviewing powerful ladies and a few good men over the years. And I always ask them, either it's on air or off air, I always ask them about, finding other women that are supporting, right? And I've heard horror stories, to be honest. And just recently, I was interviewing Judy Shepherd-Missett. If you haven't seen her episode, you should definitely watch it out. Or take a watch out. You should definitely watch it. She is the owner and founder of Jazzercise, which is a over 50-year-old company. And what she said to me in the interview, because I asked her, and you can see it. I asked her just about, how have you found, other women supporting other women? And she's like, you know what? I've always found women supporting me. I've never had that issue. And when she said that, I was like, yeah, of course she has, right? Because that's what she's putting out there. That's her expectations. That's what she is asking for. That is what she is receiving, right? And so one of the things that we can start speaking, and it always goes back to like attracts like, it always goes back to what are we speaking life into? And so if I am telling myself they're not out there, I'm not going to find them, right? So this kind of serves as a PSA and a how-to, if you will. The PSA is, if you are one of those individuals and you have something to offer, which is all of us, be willing to share your gifts, but also be willing to be the guide for other women who you are paving the path for, right? And I will say, I'm going to invite us to think about, what are we speaking life into? And so get really curious. And I remember when I first started this journey, I always had like these two major intentions for the year. That has since changed. But I remember one year when I started shifting this, and I said, what would it take for me? What was it? Like, what would it take for me to be surrounded by strong, dynamic individuals? And that just started showing up, and I started having these most amazing, incredible conversations. And so whatever that is for you, just start asking a question around it. What would it take for me to blank? What would it take for me to be in operation and partnerships with really powerful, strong, independent women that are ready, willing, and able to, pave the path for other entrepreneurs? What would it take for me to be one of those individuals that are attracting really strong, dynamic women that are supporting, the world in a bigger way. I mean, be playful with it, have fun with it. And what happens is it only takes one. Once you have one, okay, and you already probably have one in your life right now. So guess what? Go back. I want you to document. So just think about that one person. Well, if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, yay, winning, right? However many you have, I just want you to write their names down. And I want you to write that as evidence that you have attracted that type of human being into your world, right? Because what is within us, we start to attract out. And so you already have at least one person that is. And if you don't, that's okay too. We get to start, we all start somewhere, right? And so starting to play with that idea of, so in your journal, just writing down the evidence that these are the people that are in your life already, and just say, thank you, I'll take more of that. And what would it take for me to create more and more of those, right? And as I'm at the end of the video, I don't know about you, but I'm so distracted by this one piece of hair. I look like alfalfa. I'm sorry. Anyhow, I hope that wasn't too distracting for the video. Anyways, all right, my friends, I'm going to invite you to play with this, start to notice what shows up for yourself. And it shows up 7 words. Thank you. I'll take more of that, right? So that's it, my friends. I'll see you in the next video. As always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love, and I'll see you on the next video.